We waste up to 8 hours a day mindlessly scrolling through content, playing video games and binge watching videos. The internet has ruined our attention span. Or has it? Isn't it obvious that our attention span sucks because our videos, our games, our social media has become so addicting to the point that we just cannot bear to put down our phones? By now, about 60% of the viewers have already clicked away to do something else. But ironically, we are the ones who need this video the most. So if you have watched up to this point, do not click away, do not fast forward, do not look at other websites, do not scroll the comments, and do not do something else while watching this video. Because if you want to fix your attention span, start by giving this video your full attention. Some news articles suggest that our attention span is worse than a goldfish. That myth has recently been debunked, but it does feel like our attention span is shortening to the point that it's almost believable that our attention span is worse than a goldfish. But we know that that is not true, because after all, you're still watching this video, right? And if you haven't done any of the 5 things that I mentioned, your attention is holding out pretty well. So is it true to say that our attention has gotten worse? Well, first, before we answer that question, let's talk a little bit about human psychology. Okay, this is a very important disclaimer. I am not a psychologist. The entire extent of my research is literally just me reading random papers and random books about the topic. So take my words with a grain of salt. I'm just some random kid on the internet. Our phones and the apps in it were designed to keep our attention. The big red notification numbers that you see on top of your app is designed to make you want to click and view them. And all the content that you see on your social media is designed by the AI in a way that it keeps you scrolling and it keeps you watching the content there. And all of that is so that we can get some sweet and juicy instant gratification. Quoting from the book Atomic Habits, behaviors followed by satisfying consequences tend to be repeated, and those that produce unpleasant consequences are less likely to be repeated. Short-form content, gaming, and social media is designed in a way to always produce a satisfying consequence. That's why it is so easy to get hooked onto those kind of things, because it takes such a low amount of effort just to get a little bit of satisfaction. So for example, scrolling comes so naturally to us because it just takes such a little bit amount of effort just to get what you want. If you're just bored about this content, just scroll to the next content. It's that easy. The app does not let you get bored, because if you are bored using the app, then that's just bad for advertisers and bad for the developers. So it's actually not really your fault, because all the content, all the apps, everything you see in it is designed to be addicting. Advertisers and designers and developers make the apps and everything in it addicting so that they get more money from it. Because after all, the longer you scroll, the more ads you see and the more money they make. So what gives? Have we become easier to distract, or has the world become more distracting? Everything that we have invented was supposed to be tools for our convenience. For example, this microphone is a tool that gives me better audio quality. My glasses is a tool that helps me see better. My phone is a tool that helps me record this video. Our phones were supposed to be the ultimate multi-tool. Like, it is supposed to be the ultimate convenience device. But more and more recently, it has become more of a vice than a tool. Our phones are useful, like, don't get me wrong. I use it to text my friends, I use it to write notes for this video, I use it to, call my mom. But at what point does my phone become less of a utility device and more of a distraction? Recent research suggests that worldwide, people on average spend 6 hours and 40 minutes a day on their phones. Which, if you exclude the amount of time that people sleep, that is about half their entire day. That is crazy. And if you're somebody around my age, you most likely have a high average screen time, like be it dedicated to entertainment or to social media. Why then do we love our phone so much? Is it because we have nothing better to do? Is it because we just get bored too easily? Or is it because we all have ADHD? Now that we have identified that there's a big problem with our attention, all we need now is a one-stop solution to fix everything. It is not that easy. The first step to fixing your attention span is recognizing that not all apps on your phone are created equally. Each phone has about 80 apps on average, but clearly we do not use 80 apps a day. On top of that, some apps help you to be more productive, while others distract you. It is almost impossible to throw away your phone if you still need to keep up with text messages, your notes for school, and your music playlist. The difference between a low value and high value app is dependent on how much benefit that app gives you in terms of your productivity. But that is something that you must decide for yourself. So for example, news apps are high value because it gives you a lot of information about current affairs, but become low value when you rely on it too much to the point that it affects your mental health. The games you play are high value when you play it once in a while with your friends, but low value the moment comes when you need to get some actual work done. And since we are on the topic to fix your attention span, let's just go through all of the practical ways that you can do that now. Step 1. Write down whatever you need to do. Writing down the things you need to get done is the easiest way to instantly get better focus. If your to-do list is stuck in your head, your mind will always be focused on trying to remember what you need to get done for the day. So to clear your head, put whatever is in your head on a page. This also works if you tend to be someone who overthinks a lot about things unrelated to work. So one great exercise is to just scribble down whatever's in your head onto a page. The thoughts do not have to be coherent or well thought out. Just write down whatever words get in, and almost always, after about 2 minutes, you instantly will feel better. Step 2. Categorize objectives by importance and urgency. If you make clear what you need to get done first, you will worry less. One way to do this is with the Eisenhower matrix. You rank things by importance and urgency in a box. Get the urgent and important stuff out of the way before moving on to the other important things that you need to do. If something is not urgent or important, then just don't do them at all. Step 3. Block out time to get things done. Now that you have identified what are the important things you need to do, dedicate time to do it. Put it on a Google Calendar or on a scheduler of some kind. Then set a date and a time which you wish to accomplish within that set time. During that time, do nothing else but the activity you have chosen. Step 4 is to delete apps. You realize that there are specific apps that always fight for your attention no matter what you are doing. And if there are apps like that, delete them off your phone. Take time out to get rid of apps you either do not need at all or apps that are harming your attention. So for example, I do not have any social media on my phone except my apps for text messaging. If I want to scroll Instagram, well, that's just too bad, I can't. I have to log into my MacBook and use it on the web, which makes Instagram super boring to use, so I just don't use it. Step 5. Do not disturb. My phone is always on do not disturb mode. It literally shuts down all notifications and distractions for me. So unless something is very urgent, I do not need to worry about messages. If this is too extreme, just turn off notifications for things that you do not need to hear about. For example, turn off YouTube notifications or game notifications or Instagram notifications. If you still need Telegram or iMessage or Microsoft Teams or, God forbid, WeChat, then leave those notifications on without turning off Do Not Disturb. Step 6. Eliminate physical distractions. Now, put everything that you do not need away from your desk. If you do not need your phone, put it away in a drawer. If you have another piece of work you need to get done, put it away. You do not have to worry about forgetting what you need to do as long as you have a to-do list for the day and your schedule is right in front of you. Step 7. Do not multitask. Multitasking destroys your attention so thoroughly that it can make or break your entire productivity routine. If you have the habit of doing homework while a video is playing in the background, stop. I'm not talking about music videos, like if you listen to Lo-Fi Girl or classical in the background, that's all good. I'm talking about watching entertainment content while working. That will destroy your focus. Quoting from the book Thinking Fast and Slow, you have a limited budget of attention. If you go over budget, you will constantly be distracted and you will fail. That is why doing multiple activities will interfere with each other and cause all the activities to fail. Step 8. Take care of yourself. Eat well, drink well, sleep well, exercise well, treat yourself well. Those things have a bigger impact on your attention when you think. And so, with these 8 steps, your attention will tremendously improve. Tried and tested by me. The key is to make the current work you are working on as easy as possible to do at that moment, and making everything else impossible to do. So if you have watched this video only for practical solutions, I guess this marks the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Oh, you're still here? Alright. If you were attentive in this video, you would have realized that I have not addressed the big question yet. Why do our brains love our phones so much? It's quite obvious that if we are bored and we have nothing else to do, we'll just pick up our phones and start scrolling, right? Because that is just the easiest form of entertainment. There is no easier form of entertainment than our phones. But what about the times when you need to get something done? Maybe it is a test that you have to study for next week, or something that you need to get done before the deadline. It is not exactly urgent at the moment, because after all you still have a week to do it, right? So you just take things easy. And then this is the time when your mind starts to drift. Did I forget to do my homework? Am I even understanding what I'm doing? Isn't my mom's birthday like next week? Was I loved as a kid? Have I even taken a shower yet? Damn, do I stink! My attention still sucks. Maybe I just get bored too easily. Maybe I don't have any motivation. Maybe I'm just too tired. There's 20 things that I need to get done, but yet I have no time to do any of it. For some reason, I get the urge to scroll TikTok again. The video should have ended after I gave those practical solutions to fix your attention span, until I realized halfway throughout editing the video that I have completely overlooked another possibility. So yup, this is the 4th time that I'm rewriting this script. I'm very dedicated to serving my audience, even though this video was like 1 week late. Let's take a look at the previous scenario again. Did I forget to do my homework? Am I even understanding what I'm doing? Isn't my mom's birthday like next week? Was I loved as a kid? Have I even taken a shower yet? Damn, do I stink! You wanna know what I did after this? Yup, I scrolled. Isn't this behavior kind of weird? I thought we were obsessed with our social media, with our videos, with our games, just because we are bored. But this time, that doesn't seem to be the case. I had something that I need to do, but at the moment I got overwhelmed, and because I got overwhelmed, I just started scrolling. Maybe this is the other possible reason why we are so obsessed with our phones. It's not because we are exactly addicted to our phones, but it is because we are stressed. There are a lot of overwhelming things that we face on a regular basis, and it's almost as if we use our phones as a coping mechanism. Burnt out from work? Just scroll. Negative thoughts? Just scroll. Social anxiety? Just scroll. So maybe our poor attention span is not the root cause of our problems. Maybe the root cause is our poor mental health. If you believe that your mental health is declining and you are struggling to keep yourself afloat, I truly recommend you to seek some professional help. And if you can't seek professional help, at least get the support of somebody who's understanding. Because suffering alone is a terrible thing. But I'm here to give a bit of an unpopular opinion, so please bear with me. Every time there's a possibility of something bad happening, the instant response is to just grab our phone and start scrolling. Our phones have become our own coping mechanisms to deal with negative feelings. But I am here to give another negative truth. Even though we use our phones as a coping mechanism, they are like the worst helpers. At worst, our phones actually make our mental health worse. Because be it with the fear of missing out, or the fear of having a bad body image, or having low self-esteem, if anything, our phone facilitates those kind of problems. And not only that, if you have something that you need to do, like for example a piece of work you need to get done, that does not deal with that problem at all. And now you have 2 sets of problems. The first problem, which is the things that you're supposed to be responsible for, and the second set of problem, which your phone facilitates, is like covering a monster with a blanket. Because not only is the monster still there, you're just delaying the fight for a future date. You still have to deal with the monster eventually, be it having that difficult conversation, or writing that email, or finishing that project. And by distracting yourself and not doing the things that you ought to do, you only let the monster grow stronger. So what do I suggest here? I suggest the hard solution. The best way to overcome your fear of the world is to face it voluntarily, head on. Social media and games and videos cannot protect you. It can only distract you. Only you can protect yourself in this world. So face the challenges voluntarily, head on, in whatever small capacity you have. Maybe the best way to improve your mental health is to confront the things that you are afraid of. And in order to do that, you have to put down the shield that is your phone. So maybe the problem is not with our attention. Our attention has always been the same. It has been that way for a long time. The only difference is that our attention is demanded from 1,000 different things. So we are not easily distracted. It's just that the world has become more distracting. And if you have watched to this point of the video, it further proves that you do have a good attention. The only thing that you need to do now is to put down your phone, to close your laptop, and to confront the world in whatever capacity you can. To confront your fear. Take action, follow the practical steps, and take control of your life. This video is longer than usual, and I'll be posting less often as well, so that I can pump out higher quality content. And so if you guys have any opinions about the content, about the motion graphics that I'm doing, about the things that I'm saying, I do want to hear it in the comments, because the purpose of this channel is actually for me to get better at articulating my thoughts. And so if you believe that I've done a good job in that, then just like, I don't know man, praise me more I guess. If you guys love the graphics and the animations, do tell me in the comments, because I've been learning graphics design for 1 week. I've only been doing YouTube for about 1 month, but so far I've got a total of 1,000 views already, and I think that is incredible. Like, I did not expect that kind of success in such a short time. So thank you very much for all of your support. And before I go, I must also give my special thanks to a group of people who really shape my content. My content would not be as it is without their help. And if you do share your thoughts in the comments, you also join this very special group of people in shaping my future content. So thank you very much again for viewing this video. Thank you for giving me your time. And remember, apply the practical steps and take action to change your life. Alright, that's pretty much it for me. See ya!